So when it really comes right down to it, Harry and Meghan are nothing but bottom drawer celebrity name droppers whining about living in a palace, complaining about privacy from the comfort of their very own reality show.
It's incomprehensible. How could anyone speak up to defend and explain for Meghan Markle? While the whole world is talking about the trouble and strife she has caused for the British royal family, Ronn Torossian, founder and president of public relations firm 5W Public Relations, is speaking out, criticized the royal family and the British people, trying to justify Meghan's decision to stay in America. This defense is not only unreasonable, but also makes many people angry when thinking about Meghan's actions up to now. Detail: Ronn Torossian, founder and chairman of 5W Public Relations, has criticized the royal family and the British public, attempting to explain Meghan Markle's decision to stay in the U.S. He emphasized, her presence will enhance the occasion. He told the UK media that the treatment of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex by the British people has made Meghan Markle want to remain in the US long-term. Torossian remarked, "Actions speak louder than words, and we do not need a direct quote from Meghan to understand that she's not happy with how she has been received by Britons. But rumors suggest that Markle realizes she won't be welcomed back into the royal family, and the palace has reportedly made this clear to her." Torossian claimed, when she first met Harry, she attempted to integrate herself into the royal family. She was enthusiastic. However, this doesn't align with reports of Markle rejecting help and having a heated argument with Princess Anne shortly after her marriage. Interestingly, a statement was edited before being released to the press. Don't expect any trips to the UK from them as a couple. Meghan will only accompany Harry for special events where her presence will enhance the occasion. Finally, it appears Meghan has decided to do things her way, regardless of British public opinion. It's hard to understand what motivated Ronn Torossian to confidently declare her presence will enhance the occasion, that Meghan Markle's presence will add to the significance of the event. This statement is not only absurd, but also displays an astonishing blindness. Although Meghan has repeatedly caused trouble and offended the British royal family and the public, Torossian still tried to justify and protect her. Is he putting personal interests above the truth, or simply not understanding the situation? This contradiction not only makes the public uncomfortable, but also creates many questions about the true motives behind his statements defending Meghan. Let me tell him, Ronn Torossian, listen clearly. Meghan's presence will never enhance any occasion, and us Brits do not like the way we have been treated by Markle, so as far as we are concerned, she is very welcome to stay away from us. She can do things her own way in the US. As someone who loves the royal family, I'd prefer her to be far, far away from here, but no one else wants her, so we're stuck with her skanky attitude and cringy behavior. That's my luck in life. To watch her continually disrespect and undermine the traditions and values that many of us hold dear. Her every move seems calculated to cause controversy and stir up drama, leaving a sour taste in the mouths of those who cherish the dignity and decorum of the royal family. It's infuriating to see someone so blatantly disregard the honor and respect that the institution deserves. Instead of enhancing any occasion, her presence often feels like a dark cloud hanging over what should be moments of celebration and unity. The worst part is, despite the clear discontent from the British public, there are still voices like Ronn Torossian who inexplicably defend her actions, further alienating those of us who wish to see the royal family thrive without the constant shadow of her discordant presence. Of course, we have free speech here, and it's not bonkers. Save your prince before the witch ruins any more brain he has left. Then put him in the dungeon, and our next president, Trump, can put Harry somewhere on a deserted island, miles and miles away from anything. It's beyond frustrating to see her manipulations and self-serving antics continue to make headlines, detracting from the real issues and the genuine work the royals and others are trying to accomplish. We can only hope that common sense prevails and that those who have the power to make decisions recognize the detrimental impact she's having. It's time to take a stand and say enough is enough. The integrity of our cherished institutions must be preserved, and those who seek to exploit them for personal gain should be shown the door. In the meantime, we must remain vigilant, using our voices to call out the hypocrisy and demand accountability. The royal family deserves better, and so do we. Let's ensure that the legacy and honor of the monarchy are not tarnished by the actions of a few who care more about their own image than the greater good. But I wonder, why are they all falling for her rubbish? Don't they take a look at her history and see what she has done in the past? She is no great personality that the world cannot be without. If she had never met Harry, she would have been left with a middle-of-the-road footballer in the UK. Initially, she set her beady eye on Ashley Cole, but he said sorry, been there and done that, so he kicked her into touch. Who would have thought Ashley would have more to him than a prince of the realm? This fucking American Jobsworth, looking to make $1.10 on the back of the rancid duo, should keep his opinions to himself. We don't want them over here, and we don't need an arsehole like him lecturing us on anything. A few words to Ronn Torossian. Don't worry your handsome head. Nothing this guy says means anything. I've never heard of the guy. It's claimed he's a big whoopee-doo in the US, but I'd have to Google him and see who his clients are and where he's located. This smells like a Markle pile of poo to me. This means she paid some obscure person, dressed him up with great-sounding credentials, and handed him a script to read. Look at the guy's eyes. He's nuttier than a Mad Hatter. The only info on him is that he's the largest blah, blah, blah. Where's he located? New York? Los Angeles? His basement? No one cares what this guy says. And if she never wants to go back to England, I say, hurrah for you guys. We're glad to keep her here where we can keep rejecting all her desperate attempts at success. By the way, one of the commenters here wrote that Meghan might be trying to hide the kids from the scrutiny of the UK. This is her solid excuse and announcement for never returning and repeatedly declining the king's invitations. That makes a lot of sense. In Hollywood, celebrities routinely keep their children out of the public eye, so her odd behavior about the kids goes unnoticed. What a creepy rat she is. How does Harry justify this kind of behavior, even in his puny brain? Let me tell you more about Torossian. This American was forced to step down from his own firm. He has been called out by the respected publication advertising age for sleazy practices against competitors. He tried getting Taylor Swift as a client, but she gave him the finger, so now he's trying for Mad Meghan. Call me cynical, but he's just after a bit of self-publicity. Another failure chasing a failure, utter stupidity. In short, being totally self-opinionated is not clever and will make her even more unpopular than she already is. She was never suited to be a member of our royal family, and thank God she no longer is. She has not even been accepted amongst Hollywood stars, and invitations are rare. Being a social climber will get her nowhere, and this minx has a lot to learn that most people have already learned as a child. She really is like the last wheeze of a deflating helium balloon now, all her gas and drivel running out of steam. Crossed my mind that after a lengthy release of slow leaks from the palace, she would be gagged. My impression is that William is far more in the driving seat than the public and journalists realize. I know she was looking for someone to improve her image in the UK, but maybe she hired this firm instead. Her contract with William Morris Endeavour will be up soon, and other than crashing events, they haven't done much for her. All he's doing is repeating things that she told him to say. Why is he telling the British all of this? Does he think they actually care, especially going back to the beginning when Meghan was mistreated by the royal family? These words are straight out of her mouth, and she thinks that that's going to make her more popular with the Brits. Meghan Markle needs to realize not every one of us is as stupid as her husband. We have memories. I have a very distinct memory of last year when several big announcements were made that Meghan and Harry were going to move away from discussing the royal family and move forward with their own endeavors. Does anyone else remember that? And yet, here we are. Another PR company flogging the same old gripe from let's see how many years ago. Now? And where in the world does 5W PR company fit into the constellation of scores of professionals being paid to resuscitate the corpse of Meghan's career aspirations? Just wondering. If she has so much disdain for the British people and the royal family, give the titles back. The titles are British. Why would she want them? It is an everyday reminder of her British title. Grifters. She will do anything she can to make a buck off the British title. Go figure. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video, and I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.